along with human beings, the rhesus monkey is also having this particular DNA. So if there is a sequence of rhesus monkey, then it will also come in consideration. So there are different approaches. Many a times you need to see how exactly BRCA gene has evolved over the time. I do not know whether I am able to make you understand or not. For example, you are not a clinician. You are a what? You are a natural scientist. Okay, so you are trying to see how this BRCA gene has jumped from macaw monkey to you or a human being. So you need to study this kind of relationship. Then what you do? You do not select it. Okay, so what happens? All the sequences of all possible animals and everything will come here. Okay, so we are putting highly similar sequences, and we'll go blast. So we have kept clicked on blast, so the blast will go on. Okay, so all of you also run the blast. Now here you see, so the blast has been completed. Okay, now here you see, now the blast has been completed and all the similar sequences has been identified from the whole lot sequence. Okay, there are plenty of other sequences, but from this blast we have identified all. Okay, so there are different animals, these things. Here you see, these are the predicted other species, so we will unselect them. Unselect, I do not know in your, because it is a dynamic database, different person can have different view also. Okay, if you can see, and you should also do the same in your browser, you may have come with some other things, I do not know, but our objective is to find out only the human sequences. Okay, so what we have done is we have identified the human sequences, and also there are a lot many more. So in next couple of minutes, we will have our this thing tool which we shall use. So what happens is, here so many sequences are there. So if we take all the sequences for our next channel, so it will, the computational process will become very weak, means it will take a lot of time to compute, because we have to do the alignment and so many other things. So what I will do, I will take 10 different sequences. Okay, so from 10 different sequences we will try to see how exactly this thing is. So 10 different sequences here, consider that these are the BRCA sequences of your 10 different patients. Okay, understood? So what I am trying to say, I am trying to say that these are the 10 or 10 sequences of different 10 female patients you have sequenced for. Okay, so I will take 10 sequences and I will unselect all other things. I'll put the first and then unselect, then I'll keep some and then also unselect. So what happens is, only some sequences are there, because if we select the all sequences, then our process will go on for very long period of time. So you can randomly select 10. It is not that you have to select the way I am selecting it. I am also putting it in a random way. So I'll only select 10 sequences, not more than that, and we'll try to see how exactly they look like when we'll do the alignment. Okay. In the meanwhile, may I request the coordinator to share the files yesterday night I shared, which will be required for next session. So I'm going running much this thing slow, because the time schedule will be a little more, because whatever time I needed, I cannot able to conclude within 3. I need some more time. So what happens is, just hold on, how many are there, let us see. So we will also unselect this. So you have to do this manually, because there is no other process you can do. You have to do these things manually. this much I'll take, and then there are some more. Okay, these are the sequences that I have selected. Okay, so I'll download this. Okay, so here you see download option. Okay. Okay, I have taken 18 sequence out of 100. So I'm downloading the sequences now. Okay, now this sequence has been downloaded locally. Okay, so it will give you a file which is SUK that means sequence dump dot txt. So you will have that thing also, but you will not able to have the ability to analyze it. I will analyze it here for you, and because the tool is not available with you, which is not possible also, but up to this much you have done. Okay, the next we will do this is our sequence data that we have downloaded, and I will keep into a file. I'll put it into a particular file, and then after the break we will handle it. But before handling it, we will go to the case of Angelina Jolie. Okay, we'll try to see what exactly has happened, because it will take a lot of time. So in the meantime, we will go to the case of Angelina Jolie, and we will do the other things as well. So we will go back and back. Okay, so this is where we have been to our Homo sapiens isolate of BRCA1. Okay, this is the unmutated version. Okay, the fundamental basic version. Okay, now we'll share with you one more tool, not two tools. Okay, one by one. Now what happens is, as you know, the functional thing of a gene is nothing but the proteins. So we will try to see what exactly happens in the BRCA protein as well. So I have shared with you one tool. Okay, so this is also a tool, and we will do the translation of this particular gene so that we can end up with a particular protein sequence, because what I know, we know that this is DNA and it will get converted into an RNA, then the RNA will undergo translation and functionally the protein will come. Okay, so we are having the DNA sequence, and now I want to make it into a protein sequence. Okay, so how exactly I'll do it? So what I'll do is, I'll see how exactly it looks. Okay, so I have shared with you a tool which is a very simple tool made up of Python. Okay, so after implementing the Python, it has put into a HTML based web server. The calculation will be done by the Python, and the result will come as a HTML, what we call website. Okay, so we'll copy it, the whole thing from the greater than sign, and we will convert into a protein sequence. Okay, so I'll put it here and then translate.